Good morning, or as we're sliding into afternoon. Judy Allen, aka Nana, here in San Antonio, Texas, with Adventurous Stamping, bringing you the 12 days of Christmas, and we're on day 4, and it is in the 70s here in San Antonio. So one day we can wear something that's warm and Christmassy and wintry like, and the next day it's like summertime. But anyway, today we're creating a beautiful calendar that can be given to anyone, whether it's a stocking stuffer or for a friend or a co-worker or just a random act of kindness, you name it. The important thing is to make and give, because we are definitely in the giving season. And it's always nice to receive something that is handmade. So let's go down to the hands on this 4th day of our 12 days of Christmas and get started. Because we want to keep it short and simple to make, but beautiful. Down to the hands we go. So here's what we're making today, this calendar. And we're going to set this aside because all we're going to start off with is, you can find all these measurements and everything will be on our group page, tutorials, as well as the measurements and all. But this is nothing but a 4x12 that has been scored 4.5 by 12. It's been scored at the 4.5 inch mark is where we're going to fold it. It has also been scored at the 9 inch mark, which we're going to fold, and at the 10 inch mark, okay, we're going to fold this way, and then at the 11 inch mark. Alright, so it's going to give you this pattern here, and we're just going to put on here some tape and tear here, and we're just going to put it on the bottom here, and we're going to put this together, and then we are going to decorate this. I'm not going to sit there, I'm going to put it on this side, because I'll put it on this side just to make it easier. So you have to think about what is easiest for you, okay? So this is easiest for me, because this will make sure I'll line it up when I get ready to do it. But it is easier to decorate with it flat down like this here. So this is actually, I usually put my taped side like this here. It's going to be on my back side. So when I come over, this is actually going to be the front part that I'm going to decorate right here. So we're starting off first with, we're going to start off with some white, and I actually, on my sample you saw, I actually had embossed it. And I'm not embossing this one, and the reason is by the time I got through putting all the stuff on it, you can tell I embossed it. Versus when I put it on a card, you could see the embossment, but again, you're dealing with a larger piece of paper, and you could see the embossing doing the same thing. So what we're making today can easily be made into a card or some other projects that we'll show you as we do our 12 days of Christmas, so that you can actually have a neat package of gifts that you give to one person, all made out of the same stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on here. I'm just going to center it, and then from here, then I have the other paper we're going to put on. So we have 3 layers, and I'm just sort of going to get an idea of how I want to do my layers. I already know from the other one, because I have 2 princesses that keep up with what Nana gives to one princess, and they always like the same things. So Nana's got to make sure, or try to make sure, that they're the same. So why is this the same as the one I just made and showed you? Exactly that. I have 2 princesses. They like the same favorite colors, and while there may be, I'm trying to think, trying to do the math in my head, 7 years apart in age, they still like the same things. So Nana works very hard, and I'm just going to do these that are wonky, okay? Just do them as wonky as you want, because all we can do is we're just slapping layers on top of layers, and that's what gives it, you're just using beautiful paper. And that's what makes it so pretty, and that the fact that you've used your 2 hands to make a beautiful gift that you're giving to whoever you choose. So for me, many a times when I create things and show you things, I've already got somebody in mind that's going to get it. So I'm just going to show a little bit of color, you know. That's, if you're having some beautiful paper, and then we could put this 3rd round on. Yes, so you got to keep in mind that we're using both sides of one paper. So I had to do a double take there to make sure I wasn't messing up. But as you can see, this is just short, and it's going to be simple. And we're just going to, now it is directional, so we do want to pay attention which way our trees are going. Now I'm just going to sit there and turn around and just lay this over these right here. And you know, it's up to you exactly how you want to lay it. I could lay it, let's see here. I was going to see if I can cover that up right there. But you know, it really doesn't matter. All they're going to care about is it's beautiful. Let me see down here. I'll do it down here a little bit further. Because I want to be able to see some of it. They're not going to be able to see all of it because the calendar's going to cover it. I got a bow. I got a snowflake. Okay, so there's the paper there. Now I'm going to sit here and I got a snowflake that I'm going to actually put on a dimensional because this is a beautiful snowflake. It's very iridescent. You can see the iridescence in it and so forth on when you do it. And you know, this just it's different. The nice thing about making this calendar is different than a card because I don't have to stay within the paper, right? Because I'm not going to mail it most probably. It's most likely to go out with gifts. Or I'm going to give it personally, and I'm just going to stick this up here just so that it's right there. And then I'm going to get my calendar, and we're going to sit there and take the calendar, and we're going to glue tape the calendar on. So let's see where that calendar is going to go. So the calendar can go as low as you want it to go. See, I'm just going to put it in this corner because I've got a pretty bow. And I'm actually just going to use, let me just use this tear tape because actually the tear tape works beautifully on this, and I'm looking to see, and the reason why I say that is I could use the roller tape on that. I could use glue dots, they would work good too. I just use something regular than the standard because this can be tugged on all year long. So that's where the tear tape and the three-dimensional tape work really good because I got an extra bond to it that really helps for 3D type stuff. This would be considered 3D type stuff because this has got to hang. We don't want it falling off, right? You make somebody a gift, you don't want it falling apart or anything. So see, this is going to cover, as you can see right here, is when I put it, doesn't matter where I put it, it's going to cover stuff, all right? And I'm just going to lift my snowflake here because I want my snowflake to be above. I don't know, it's okay, it's just cover the month right there, all right? Now, the next thing I'm going to do is add a bow. I usually use glue dots with a bow, and this one I'm actually put some different little things in here, so it's a little bit different for my princesses, but they're pretty much duplicated, which is very important when you have cousins. Alright, so I'm just going to use a glue dot to put this down here, and the glue dots don't hold anything. I might just put two just for good measure, only because I can. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to put a glue dot on here, and I'm going to put a second one here, just because I can, right next to it. Alright, and I'm just going to put it right there, because I'm actually going to put some bling, because both of those princesses love bling. I can trim that just a little bit there, because it does bother me that it's just like right over the month. It won't bother them, but it'll bother me. So I'll trim that, throw that out of the way, and I actually left this a little bit bigger there so you can see the bling, because I'm going to put bling on here, just like I did the other one. No, don't worry, they count to make sure I did the same thing. So that's all we got left right now to do to finish this up, to put bling. So I'm going to take this here, I'm going to use a mixture of bling. So I'm actually going to use this here, because it's pretty. It is rhinestones, pasted jewel rhinestones, because both of them think they want rings. They're ready for rings already. At the age of 5 and 11, they're ready for rings. Anything that's got bling, they're ready for. So I'm going to bling them out here. I'm just going to put this in a couple places. I'm not going to put this everywhere because I love the snowflakes. I'm going to sprinkle. And I like sprinkling these little snowflakes on here, that you'll see in a minute, that I've got, if I can get this little adhesive here. And I actually just put one up here. Don't worry, they act like these are diamonds or something. You and I know they are not diamonds, but you know, for a 5-year-old and 11-year-old, it sparkles like a diamond, looks like a diamond. They just don't know the difference. They know the difference, but they don't want to, I don't know, it's hard to explain. They just don't want to acknowledge that it's different. Alright, so I actually got 3 of those on there, which is good. I try to do odd numbers. Now here's the fun part that I like to do. This is just a subtle rhinestone sequins. And all I do is I come along and I just dab some of this glue here. Get this off here. And this is real thin, and that's all I really want. I just want some thin dots. I'm going to put, for sure, I'm going to put a couple of dots here. Oh yeah, you can see it. You may or may not be able to see it, but I just go around and I just sort of dot stuff, you know. I have no rhyme or reason except other than the fact that I know some bling is going to stick to this stuff. And I'm just going to, oops, wrong one. I'm going to just sprinkle this stuff on. Then I want to make sure I just sort of sprinkle it everywhere. And what sticks, sticks, and what doesn't stick, doesn't stick, okay? It's no big deal. The main thing is I'm getting bling on here. And I give it a moment to hopefully set there because I want to go ahead and assemble, which I can assemble and come back. This is one thing you can do with this is, even if I assemble and I don't have anything stuck, I can still come back and add more bling because this is easy to do. So I'm just going to sort of dust it off, both sides like that. I don't even have to touch it. You can see I got some that looks like it's bunched up, and that's fine. All you got to do is take it and tap it off. And most probably tap off in a minute anyway when it's thoroughly dry. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and take this tape off here. One of the corners here. So I can get this off here and tape it. And we'll be able to call it a day. Alright, I don't have that one stuck down very good. You know, just if it doesn't stuck down very good, yeah, see it should peel off and you should see that your tape is there. Okay, and I can see it now. So all I'm going to do is take this and I'm going to line this up on the edge to edge. And you got to be careful because, I mean, I do like using this tape. Well, it's just going to stick for me. Alright, well, thank you. Alright, and see, I've got it edge to edge. So there we go. I can go and tap some more of these off later. But we have our calendar made. It wasn't that long at all. So there you go. You have the 4th day of Christmas. So thank you for joining us and watching today. And be sure to follow us, like us, and share our page as we continue with the 12 days of Christmas. So have a blessed week. See you tomorrow for the 5th day of Christmas. And let's see what we're going to make then. All right. Bye.